Hi guys, this is Khurram Shahzad and I am back with another jQuery tutorial. In this tutorial, we will see the different jQuery selectors. Now, selector is how we reference to a specific field. For example, if we have to reference this email field and do something with this, what we can do is call it by its name or its ID or its class, or there are other selectors as well. So selector means we are telling the program how to um, how to go or go to which field. uh, for this purpose I have made this simple HTML form, and here is the code. So we have jQuery set up here, and we have document.ready function of jQuery here. So we will start doing the stuff right now. I have pre-set up the values of first name and last name, and have all kinds of different fields, so we can try different things on that. So for example, we have to do something with all the input fields. So what we can do is reference any HTML element by its HTML name. For example, input or text area or div, etc. So let's first of all give a background color to all the input fields. So what we will do, no, the select area, and uh, yep, that's pretty much it. The select area does not come under input because it's not input tag. So we're talking about this tag name input. So which is this password and this button as well. So what we will do, dollar, that's jQuery um, input the CSS. Don't worry about the CSS function because this is just to show you. We will learn about functions later. I say background color, and then it's the property, and here's the value of it. Red. We're going giving red to all the input fields. Refreshing it, so all the to all the input fields it have given the red color. But for example, we only want to give the red color to input fields which are of type text. So which will exclude this file type thing, and then password thing, and then this button, etc. So what we will do, we will just go and give it the attribute name, type, and its value, which is given already. In fact, we can do like this, um, text. Now it only high applies the thing on these input fields which are of type text. So similarly we can do different things, and this is not mm, uh, limited to the type attribute. We can call any field by any attribute. For example, we will call this one by value so we will do it, it's just value. So here it goes, uh, and that's not it. it gets more interesting. For example, on a field, this field, I introduce my own attribute which is not existent in HTML. For example, I do thing fong. Thing is fong, thing equal fong or something. Anything can come here. 2 equals 3 or whatever. So I just tell it that there is a attribute of uh, name thing which has value fong. So apply this function to that one, it will just do it. Here it goes. It have changed the background color of that. So this is one example. We can similarly do by name. For example, there is a field date of this this name should be in fact photo. So this should be password. Yeah. Okay. For example, there is a date of birth field, and we want to reference it by name. Just it's an input. Give it. Tell it we are referencing it by name, which is dob, and it will change. Then it will apply the function on that. And CSS this thing is just one function. We can do whole lots of things. We can, for example, uh, set its value val, that is val function, anything like 10/9/2015. So it will just set its value to that. For example, we want to get the value of some field like first name value. This will get the value. We can save it in some JavaScript variable f name equals this, and then alert this f name. So here it goes. So this is just an example of different functions, but the main core thing we are here is uh, this stuff, this text within these two codes about how to reference some field, some HTML element. So this was one way to do it. We have done it with name, but the best thing is, let's change it to that CSS thing so we can try different things. Let's say background color and red. The best thing is we can just use the CSS selectors, like for example, to a field we give a class which is name, and to another one class name. So here it is, like in CSS we reference the class like this, with dot name CSS, and here it goes, it will work. So it have reference to those two. We can do whole bunch of stuff with this. We can just hide these two fields. which have class name, so it will just hide it. So I have written this hide to show you that this dot name or CSS selector was not because of this CSS function. This is a general selector which can you can use with any function of jQuery. For example, no we okay, no, along with class or um, we can also use the ID thing, the HTML ID thing. So here we have added an ID attribute that is maybe f name, and we can just use that ID thing, f name. So okay, in CSS for ID we use this hash shop sign, so it just does that. So we can do it with class name, with dot, with ID, and also by the element name, which is this one, just input, or just we can say we have to uh, change the background color of all text areas. So we will do this text area thing, and here it goes. It will change for all of them, but if we have to this is better shown like input, it does it for all. But if we have to do by something like type equals button, it will then reference only that thing. We can not only use this for setting background color, we can use it for setting the value. In fact, value push submit. So submit, yeah, it have changed its value to submit. So let's do each of these selectors. For the button we have done this one. For input fields, for input uh, let's do f name by class, that val something, or maybe change its CSS color, CSS background color gray, this one, and then let's add a class to this password, class pass1, in fact let's make it ID, because we have already referenced a field with the class ID pass1, and then let's make it yellow, and then let's something different to message box, and let's just call it by its element name, text area, and set its text. For example, in case of these inputs, you have to just change the its uh, you have to change its value attribute. For that you are giving the val. In text area you have to change this text which is shown here. So for that we have this text function, and I am good. Set this text here. Let's see. So I'm good is set. Password name field is gone yellow, but one of the field is not gone red. Let's see why. Gray. F name, because I guess we don't have that field. Okay, this field name, class name needs to be F name, which we have used there. So let's see. So you're now getting the idea how to call the elements, and this is not limited to the elements which are the input fields, etc. We can do the same with the divs. We can make this here a div, and let's say add some text. I am a good person, yeah, and I know it. So what we can do is div dot text, and this will give us the text of div. And the important thing is we are calling it by its element name. So alert, along with all other things, this will alert the text of div. And let's set the text of div. For setting, the function is same, but you will just provide the value here. For example, this is Pakistan. Yeah, and this will have given it a value. So but there could be many divs on the page, so it's better to give it an ID. For example, my div, or and call by ID hash my div. So it have set this is Pakistan too. See here, the text is different, but in JavaScript we are setting this is Pakistan too. And we can do it like this. So which is the CSS convention, which tells it if something is a div and then it have ID this. You can, this will also work here. So this is all. I just want to tell you about these selectors today, and things will get interesting if you follow. And jQuery is very powerful tool. We will learn much about that. And so thanks for following this tutorial, and hope you are learning something. If you have any questions, do comment, and subscribe for as I am going to come with much more videos. Thanks guys.